Alright, let's pick it up here. The reason that he's a bit weak is because he doesn't switches his stats very often. As you can see, in the last video, he only switched like twice officially, whereas Noah switched like every time he starts a turn. And he does resist physical attacks and Almighty. He doesn't know that to some extent. But he does know Expel on Death, obviously, because he's a boss after all. You can't do it easily. And ailments. I forgot. Ailments don't work on him, so don't bother. Okay, another switch. Crap. So, all my hard work's gone. And again. Okay, but I'm not terribly worried. I can still use Debilitate on him, but I think if his form, since he doesn't change very often, I'm still worried that his form is going to still use Dekaja or Dekanda on the fly. So, I'm worried. And you also see me waste Soma in this video, I think. Because obviously Gale's losing quite a bit of magic. So, not fun. So I'm just going to weaken his defense a little bit with Ragnarok. And weaken all of his stats with Debilitate. So, the null attack mantra, I think it's called the Monotheist mantra. It's expensive, but if you want to get a go-ahead, it might give you a great advantage. Like against normal enemies, but not so much so against bosses like these. And, against Shura, it'd probably be worthless completely, because then you'll just use Gaia Rage, which does an obscene amount of damage. And switch. That means he might not have Dekaja or Dekanda again, so I'm not sure what's gonna happen. All we can do right now is wait. Gonna hit? Nope. Okay. I'm actually kind of confused. All the other beasts have like 3 turns, whereas Huang only has 1. I mean, not 1, 2. Which means that with my null attack, and he starts out with a basic elemental spell, that'll do nothing. I shouldn't exactly take the Mind Charge thing lightly, because though he can use that for his spells, he can also use that as well for his crappy and incredibly destructive Celestial Ray, as well as Megiddo Leon. I'm just gonna increase physical attacks to make Ragnarok a killer. Okay. So I suggest that use Rakukaja like crazy. I don't use it that much here, but I recommend using it a lot. Because obviously he will use Celestial Ray for any of his abilities. Or any of his forms or stat changes. I'm gonna save Ragnarok for now. And buff everyone up as best as I can. The one thing that you should actually be worried about is he actually does enter a mode where he is practically invulnerable to everything. So what that means is don't use an attack, because it will, or any attack, any spell, etc. It won't work. And you'll know when he will use it. But unfortunately he hasn't used it here because I think he's a bit lazy at the moment, and I expect him to be actually more powerful anytime else, because when I beat Bezabal last time I watched, it actually took me several videos to beat him. Or several tries to beat him. Yeah, he has a resistance to Almighty, so it won't do a lot of damage, as you noticed. Okay. Strangely, I'm surviving with a lot of lucky misses, and I understand why, because everyone's at level 99 or close to it, so their stats are much higher than Huang, so you might get a miss frequently. Alright. This is what I'm waiting for. When he does that, when basically his growls become of that nature, that means his resistances are gone, and as you can see, 8,000 damage. His weaknesses are very low. Tower Conjure has been used, Power Charge plus Ragnarok equals practically death. But you should be worried, because following when his resistances are gone, that's when his resistances are actually going to be through the roof. Because then he'll switch to a defensive posture and then easily take advantage of that. And when that happens, you can do nothing except use Kaja or Kunda skills. Let's see if this will work. I hope it does. Dead. We have officially defeated Huang. And with that, we defeated all the Chinese beasts, starting with Feng Huang, Guizhong, Long, and Baihu, and now Huang bit the dust. So, only one person made it out alive, and that's me. But we're not over this yet. There is actually something I want to get first. And that is, we can unlock a new mantra from Huang by an item called the Golden Orb. And what we can unlock from that is his skill Celestial Ray, and a static skill called Physical Absorb. But since I have no attack, which basically resists everything except Almighty, it's just I don't see any worth for it. So this is it. We got the Golden Orb, and as there are no karma places, I'm going to wrap this up here.